Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is our quick look back at Q2 2022 for our investor feedback. We take the information from the surveys that we send out at the end of each quarter and we review it. We care how you guys feel and we want to be able to improve upon things that we're not doing perfectly and then keep doing the things that we're doing great. So let's dig into it. Here are 5 of the responses that we got from you guys, and good and bad. We'll read them all. So one is a simple breakdown of rent received versus EFT withdrawals. So this is from an owner who wants to know monthly exactly what the income and expenses were. We're going to share with you on the screen a link to a video which will go into this, and it will help you log into your owner's portal anywhere 24/7 worldwide and be able to see where money was spent in real time. When we upload a bill, it's instantly available, including a copy of that bill, and you can pull those reports yourself anytime, anywhere. If you need help, you're always welcome to reach out to your property manager. They can walk you through it. But we want you to have the tools and the resources at your disposal. So we're going to share that video for you here, and then you can take it from there. Number 2, good job by Christina. Positive feedback. We love it. And we'll be sure and pass that along to Christina. Number 3, a little bit of a negative one. In my opinion, you're too willing to spend clients' money to do repairs when I could have done it much cheaper if allowed to find someone to fix it. I could not agree with you more that you can find someone to do it cheaper. The challenge is that as your property manager, we're not seeing the cheapest provider out there because we have to make sure someone has a reputable service, shows up on time, doesn't say inappropriate things to the residents, has a clear criminal history, which means not found on Craigslist. They have insurance and that they'll stand behind their work. And so that requires a little bit more of an expense. But I can tell you this from experience of my own house, on my own properties, and after doing this about 17 years, is that when you do things right the first time, you don't have to go back. And if things do go wrong, because life happens, those companies are willing to stand behind the work. So absolutely, I agree. We could always get things done cheaper, but you're going to pay more over the long run. And you're going to have a lot more liability risk. And as your fiduciary, we can't do that for you. So I appreciate that. We also don't seek more expensive providers. We want somebody that just gives you a fair service and a reputable service at your property on whatever the challenge may be. Number 3, my rating is due to drastically unacceptable turnover service when new tenants moved in. Also, the policy change that 1836 has taken a stance of no risk on their part, and all the risks are transferred to the owner. Well, it looks like a 2-part answer, so let's dig into the first part. The first part is drastically unacceptable turnover. You're right. Welcome to Austin, Texas. Turnover used to be maybe 21 days, 14 days if the property wasn't in too bad a shape. That is no longer the case. You cannot find service providers in town. And if you do find those service providers, they're booked in for weeks. Back in April, my wife and I decided to add an outdoor kitchen, which is going to require a little bit of modification outside of our house. They said, great, please pay the deposit. We'll see you in August. Everything's backed up, guys. It's unfortunate, it's sad, but that is the nature of living in a wonderful city like Austin, where the economy is so vibrant and there's so much demand. So we are constantly looking for new service providers. We want to deliver faster turnovers for you guys, but even the paint at the paint store is sometimes delayed getting in. So just keep in mind, we're doing the best we can. We are limited by the service availability and the parts availability in our area. And welcome to Austin. It's a great place to be, but there's a lot of demand and not many people working in that type of industry. So we'll keep it going as best we can. Every week we do discuss in our weekly meeting how we can speed up those processes for you guys. And number 5, there was a 2-part to that one. The other one is policy change where we take no risk on our part. All the risks are transferred to the owner. Actually, the 1836 is actually the intermediary in this whole thing. So we don't own the property. And the resident doesn't own the property, but has responsibilities for their lease. And the state law dictates what gets built to each. So it's not that we have no risks. It's just that if something's broken in the property, I assume this is due to a tenant move out, it's either the tenant responsibility or the investor responsibility. We don't own the property. We don't take on risk for properties that we don't own. If we make an error, we certainly stand behind our work and we'll do anything to remediate, if that's the correct term, that error. But no, we don't repair properties when tenants have done the damage at our expense. The tenant's responsible for that. We do guide the owners on how to go after that money, including lawsuits, collections, things like that, insurance claims, even when necessary. So we're happy to guide you. But just as if you were managing the property yourself, there's nobody else to kind of blame. It ends up either being the tenant or the investor. That's just kind of the nature of it. So number 5, the last feedback we've got for you is you provide top-notch service. Say that 3 times. I'm really happy. So we're glad that we are getting some positive feedback. We're going to continue to try to improve. We're about 2 years and 7 months deep into a build out of internal systems, and that's going to keep going for at least another year and a half so that we can provide exactly what you need at all times and hopefully end up with some customer interactivity so you guys can even get answers to your questions when we're not in the office. Again, we have tons of resources for you on our website. Feel free to find them under the resources tab or go to building, and we've got some resources in there for you as well. Thanks for your time. We'll see you guys soon.